Alright guys, how is it going? Checking to make sure the camera's on. The camera is on. Alright guys, how's it going? We haven't done a moto vlog here in quite a while. We are out on, I don't think you guys have seen this in the channel yet here. This is a Speed Triple 2013. Woo! This is the 1050cc Speed Triple 2013. This one has basically no miles on it. The previous owner didn't ride it much. He had it in the garage for about 8 years or 9 years or so. He may have tracked it, I'm not sure, a little bit. So we got about 2,500 miles on this, and this is a review of the bike. I've had it for probably almost a year now, a little less, and obviously not put many miles on it myself. So this isn't a super like long-term review. I probably put about 1,000 miles down on this. Just, you know, back roads, some freeway. Yeah, so you know, just a good. We're just taking it easy today, as you guys can tell. We ain't hammering it while we're doing a moto vlog. Although there is somebody behind us, so we better speed up a little bit because they will not be happy. There's a tractor here. That's why it's not good to go super fast over blind rises like that. If you're speeding and doing, like, you know, I don't know, way over the speed limit, come flying over a rise like that, you have a real bad day. There's a tractor coming out, or even in your lane. Anyway, so this Speed Triple, it is the exhaust note is great with this aero exhaust. If you'd like to see a video about that, I have a walk around video and exhaust note video. It's just a short little few minute video. I'll put it up, a little pop-up for you to watch right now in this video or down in the description. And downshift here. Woo! Alright. I'm getting too distracted, man. I'm getting too distracted. So this bike is fully adjustable suspension, front and back. And I have this softened up just a little bit. Stock, these are a little stiff. Great for the track, not real great for the street, in my opinion. I mean, some guys are gonna like that stiffer suspension, but now that it's softened up, I adjusted things, and it's plenty plush for the street. I think you can even go soft from this if you want. So this can be a very comfortable ride if you so desire. And let's see, those are some things I like about it. The only reason I'm selling this bike, which I am selling it now, is because the ergonomics of it are pretty tight for me. I'm just average size, 5'10", I'm about 175, 180 pounds now. And you can see the forward lean here. See how I'm see my arms are a little bent here. It's hard to see without me actually on the bike, with someone else having the camera so you can see it. But I'm canted forward a bit, and the rear sets on this aren't terribly far back, but they are set back a bit. So I'm looking, actually I already grabbed another bike. I grabbed an FC10, and that is more upright. You're sitting more like this, right? The whole time, because the bars have another, I would say, an extra inch or more of rise on this bike, which is really nice. So, but if you grip the tank here with your legs, you can keep yourself up just fine. It depends on if you have back issues or not, what's going on. In jeans, I'm just wearing regular jeans right now on this bike, and as you can see here, which usually I do have a pair of riding pants that have you know, armor in the knees and the hips and stuff. But when you wear those on this bike, especially at least for me, with how high these rear sets are, I've gotten a knee cramp, like a right knee cramp, like twice on the bike. And you know, if you're going over bad roads I will say this too, if you're going over bad roads with a very stiff suspension and you're putting a lot of weight on your pegs, plus you have extra armor on and things like that, it gets a bit tough on the knee joints and such. You get some leg exhaustion. It depends on how much you do it. You can, of course, big bump your you can build up your muscles for that, of course, you know, your endurance. But softer suspension, you don't have to, it will absorb things for you. You don't have to, you know, put so much weight on the pegs. But, so, I think this bike is not for a beginner, of course. Although it is not super twitchy. The FC10 has more power than this. This has about I would say, I think it's about 139, I believe what the specs say. Claimed horsepower. It's probably more like 130 or something out to the road, maybe a little less, depending on how you adjust your chain, and the chain is good, lubed, you know, all that kind of stuff. I'll take a right up here. There's this guy following me. Plus, I don't want to go that deep in the back roads tonight because it's getting dark here. Gotta be careful right here. There's some gravel right there. You want to hit gravel as straight up as you possibly can. Yeah, buddy. But like I said, you got a blind rise here, so I'm not going to go over this rise flying because you never know what's on the other side, right? You can't see it. So, yeah, I think that if you can find a good deal on a speed triple, this 13 is an ABS. I love having ABS on sport bikes personally. I think it's a great feature. You don't have to have it if you, you know, you practice your emergency braking, which you should do in parking lots and such. I would recommend that. But you might have that time when that deer runs out in front of you or something, or who knows, that, you know, it happens up here, up in the Midwest. And you grab a handful of brake and you're just like, you see there's anyone behind me, just grab a handful and you're like, oh no, right? Well, that was pretty progressive. But with ABS, you're not going to, well, not going to, you have a less chance of the front end sliding out and locking up, right? So ABS is a great feature. This bike has it. I recommend it if you're, especially on sport bikes. Hey, got a Suzuki over there, it looked like. I couldn't tell though, maybe it was a Harley. At first it looked like the front end of the Boulevard M90 or M109R, which is also an awesome machine. Little stop sign there. So I've enjoyed this bike a lot. Boy, now that I'm riding it, I don't want to sell it actually. It's tough. It's rough. I shouldn't have done the moto vlog here. Now I want to keep the bike. Careful of the gravel here. Ooh, crappy. Can't get no lean action on that corner there. You're getting all kinds of slide action. You hear that popping there, cracking out of the exhaust, little backfiring. The Speed Triple does that. As far as I know, it's just how this bike is made. Because this bike is tuned properly. It was the aero exhaust on this was installed by the factory, by the dealership. So this thing runs excellent. This is a very smooth. This is a very smooth bike. It's not real jerky at all in the throttle compared to the MT series of Yamaha. They've had jerky problems in the past. You know, they have smoothed things out. I ride my MT in in standard mode too. So as far as the throttle mode, to smooth out a little bit, we'll do a review. I think I'll do a versus review of those two bikes as well. But I think this is a great street bike, in my opinion. I've had a few different bikes at this point. I buy some a little bit now, and this is a good aggressive street bike. It's not a totally upright riding position like this here. Like if you were just like sitting like this. This is with my arms fully extended, right? This is kind of how you would naturally. You want to have a little bit of bend in your arms, right? So you have a bit of a forward cant. Now you could put a riser on this right here. You see what I'm looking at? Put a riser in this, bring it up an inch. You could do like a rocks 1 inch up and 1 inch, like a 1 inch pullback. But then I think if you go with the pullback as well, you're going to have to replace all the cabling. A little pull there. That was in a higher gear, so it wasn't too teleporty. That's a word. Yeah, and to replace all the cables, so I decided to sell this because rather than putting a ton of money into it, rather than putting a ton of money into it. And are you supposed to wave at ATV riders? I don't know. I just did. Instead of putting a ton of money doing adjustable rear sets for this to lower the rear sets and raise the bars and then having to change all the cabling to fit, I figured I would buy something that was made as an upright seating position and sell this, rather than, you know, tinker with a great bike. It's in great shape. It's got a custom, I think it's red wine, burgundy red wine paint job on it. So rather than mess with this, man, it sure is smooth though, holy cow. So rather than mess with this, I thought I would get something that was already, you know, made with that, with the ergos I'm looking for. Holy cow, is this thing ever smooth. Man, oh man. It's a great riding bike. So if you're looking for one of these, 2013s, of course, you can get used, or you can go newer than this. This still has, the thing I do like about this year is that this still has a throttle. The throttle is still cable driven. It is not ride-by-wire. See, there's a little jerk right there when I got on the throttle. I believe I could get that out of it by tightening the chain up though. There's another little pole here for you guys. Out in the back roads. There's the second gear here. Should have enough heat in the tires. So yeah, let's go. Sorry about the mischief there. Got a little ahead of myself on the shifting there. All these clutches are a little different between this and the MT bike. The throws are different. No excuse though. Boy, I'm out here ripping it right next to a cemetery, right? It seems a little ironic. Don't want to end up there sooner than you need to be, right? Got to control yourself in these bikes. I suppose this is probably starting to get kind of long here. We need to wrap it up. I always like to come to a full stop here at the stop sign. Well, you should come to a full stop at all stop signs, but there is a blind rise here where people can come flying over this hill and blast you. Right? I think there's a dude up here like crop dusting or something with his, I don't know how to drive through that crap again, I forgot. I turned back into it again, like a noob. Alright. So yeah, would I recommend this bike? Yes, I would. Not for a brand new beginner. This would be a good, if you, let's say you got a couple years of riding experience beneath you and you're looking for something with kind of aggressive ergos but for the street, but you don't want full clip-ons, right? Then this is a good option. If you want something that has almost upright ergos, then you'd probably look at something like the Yamaha MT series or the older FC series if you're going used, right? Or the Suzuki, like, what do they call that? The GXS 750 that has their upright ergos, along those lines. Or you could go, if you don't want this much power, which you don't really need this much power for the street. Oh, look out, birds. Some crap in that corner too there. You could go with the street triple instead of the speed triple, save a little money. Sorry, people over there flying by your house. Apologies. But I've enjoyed this bike since I've had it. I think it's a very good bike. Would I say this is a long bit? Can you tour on this? I guess if you want to, if you have the back muscles for it. I will say the seat on this bike is very comfortable. The stock seat on the Speed Triple is far more comfortable than my 2017 MT10. There's no comparison. There is great padding in the seat. Feels great. And the MT10 is, I mean, that one's like, I don't know, it's like sitting on a 2x4. So I'm definitely going to get a Corbin for that. But yeah, the suspension, this is perfectly good for the street. I would recommend this bike. if you're looking for something with these ergos. Incredible engine, incredible exhaust note, incredibly smooth. So I think we should probably end this here. If you guys got any questions about this, you want to hear more about it while I've still got it, or if you want to see more of it, just let me know. Leave a comment or send me a message. And make sure you remember to subscribe if you like this content, and make sure you like it. It really helps the algorithm. Because I'm trying to grow my channel, and we're trying to get monetized this year. That would be awesome if we could get monetized this year. We will see. Probably get a second camera mount up here so we can have a couple different camera angles for the vlog. But we will see you guys next time. I appreciate you guys. I hope you're all doing well out there. And we will see you in the next video.